Hi, my name's Kylie. I'm going to do a Pilates class which is focusing on shoulders. So if you've got tight shoulders or painful shoulders, this should be the class for you. When you do the class, any pain or discomfort, just reduce the range of movement or just don't do the exercise at all. And just carry on to the next one. Well, I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to use the ball, the small ball, and we're going to use the band. We're also going to use a half core board if you've got a half core board. If you've got a whole core board, you can use a full round one if you want to. That's the equipment that we're using today, and if you're happy to use weights, you can use weights. So let's just start with our feet together, going to the 10 to 2. Lift the heels up, heels in line with the toes, just making sure the knees are gently soft. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms. Lengthen right the way through the spine, right the way through the back of the neck, through to the top of the head. And gently engage the core muscles and pull up the pelvic floor. Just feel the weight even between the toes and the heels. Feel the weight even on both feet. And let's take a nice breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just take a couple of breaths, feeling that breath going into your sides, into your back. Taking another breath in, so we're just going to warm up the body. So as you exhale, we're just going to lift the toes one at a time away from the floor. Lift the toes up as high as you can. Just shift the weight into the heels. Lower the toes down one at a time. Shift the weight back into the toes. We're going to do that a few times. So lifting the toes up one at a time. Shifting the weight into the heels. Make sure the shoulders are still relaxed. Lower the toes one at a time. Little toe through to the big toe. Press the toes into the floor as you shift the weight into the toes. One more time. Lifting the toes up. Really pull them towards you so you're working through the legs, the shins, and all the muscles in the feet. And lower back down. Now just feel the weight nice and even between the toes and the heels. Make sure big toe to little toe are on the floor. Making a nice platform, making sure you're grounded into the floor. And take a nice breath in. As you exhale, we're going to just do some nose circles. So eyes looking forward. Imagine you've got a piece of chalk on the end of your nose and we're going to circle. Small circles getting bigger and bigger, like you're drawing a spiral. As you get larger and larger, you start looking to the side, looking up towards the ceiling, looking to the other side, looking down towards the floor. No tension anywhere, so don't take the head too far back. Don't bring the chin pressing it on the chest. Now gradually get smaller and smaller, making that spiral until you come back to the chin is parallel to the floor, the eyes are looking to the horizon. And then we're going to change to the other direction. Gradually getting bigger and bigger, until you're looking up towards the ceiling, looking down towards the floor, looking to both sides, and just feel, what does that feel like on the top of your spine? And then getting smaller and smaller. Obviously if you've got a bad neck, you'll keep it quite small. Keeping movement small, otherwise you can go as large as you like. And then slowly getting smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller, until your chin is parallel to the floor, the eyes are to the horizon. We're just going to walk through the feet. So rising up, lower the right heel down. Rising up, lower the left heel down. And keep going. We're now going to just introduce some shoulder shrugs. So shrug those shoulders round. Shrugging them up and round and down. Let's take them the other way. So rolling them forwards, shrugging them up, rolling them forwards. Core muscles are in. Trying to get your balance as well. So working through the feet, working into the coordination. Just one more. And then lower the feet, just give the shoulders a bit of a roll around. So we're just going to do some rises. So let's just rise up onto the toes. Let's just lower halfway down. Core muscles are in. Take a breath in. As you exhale, just do 4 quick rise and lowers. Lower all the way back down. And again, rising up. And lower halfway. And rise and lower. Little quick ones, lower back down. Last one, so rising up, nice platform with the toes. Little toe to big toe on the floor. Keeping the knees and ankles in line. Lower halfway down and rise and lower. Little quick ones. And lowering the heels down. So let's just have a stretch out of the calf muscle. Just press that heel down at the back. Lengthen through that leg. The front leg is bent. So you just get a stretch through, changing over. It's quite an intense exercise on the calf muscles. And then bring the legs in. So we're now going to take hold of our band. This is where we're going to start working into the shoulders. So we're going to just float the band up. Keep the shoulders down, shoulder blades melting over your back ribs. Core muscles are in. The ribs don't pop forwards, so make sure you've got good posture, so don't start arching the back and pushing the ribs forwards. Keep that nice neutral pelvis. Once you're in neutral pelvis, you've got neutral spine, and the load is nice and even through the spine. So taking a breath in. As you take your breath in, you're going to do a side bend. We're going to have a little pull on the band. And coming back up, we're now going to do a waist twist. So take a breath in. As you exhale, do a waist twist. So you're working from the waist. Try to work the shoulders, the body and the head and the arms all together. Don't take the shoulders too far round. To the other side. So breathe in as you go over. Exhale as you pull. Inhale as you release. Exhale as you come back up. Waist twist, so take a breath in. Core muscles are gently in, gently pull up the pelvic floor, and a waist twist. So you won't go very far. You want to keep your hips looking forwards. So imagine you've got headlights on your hips, looking forwards all the time. So keep the core muscles in. Imagine you're against a brick wall. So when you do the side bend, so you're not leaning forwards or back. Over to the left. Pulling on that band, release, coming back up, waist twist. Coming back, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Let's just lower the arms down, just give the shoulders a roll around. So we're just going to do some chicken wings. So if you've got good shoulders, maybe just a little bit tight, you can have a shortened band so you've got more tension. If you've got dodgy shoulders, painful shoulders, have a slightly longer band so you're not putting so much tension. The same as when you were doing the side bend. So core muscles are in, float the arms up. Take a breath in. Exhale as you bring the elbows down. Coming back up, so the band goes behind the head. If you can't go that far, that's fine. Just release the arms back over. Just relax the arms. And then take a breath in as you float the arms up. Shoulders down. Shoulder blades melting down your back ribs. Bend the elbows. If you can only go this far, that's fine. If you can, squeeze the shoulder blades together and pull the elbows down towards the waist. You'll be really working into that chest, opening the chest up. Working into the shoulders, coming back up and over. And again, float the arms up. Exhale as you squeeze, pulling down. Remember, you're not pushing the ribs forwards, the pelvis and the spine are keeping in neutral, so there should be no movement in the body, just in the arms. Let's just do one more. Floating up. Bending those elbows, squeezing down, opening that chest, doing a stretch through the front of the shoulders, coming up and over. Okay, let's just give the shoulders a roll around. We're just going to drop the band and we're going to come to the end of our mat. We're just going to do a couple of roll downs. So core muscles are in, take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest. Top of the head is coming down. Rolling down as far as you can, squeezing in those abdominals just to that 30%, so not too much. When you've got as far as you can go, we're just going to circle the arms outwards. Quite big circles. So the arms are nicely relaxed. Circle them inwards. Keep the weight even through the feet. And then take a breath in. As you exhale, start to restack. Core muscles are in. Slowly coming up through the spine. Slide the tailbone down. Slide the shoulder blades down, lifting up. Lifting the head. And feel nice and lengthened and nice and tall. Focus on your posture. Breath in. Exhale. Bring the chin down towards the chest. So just articulating the spine. Getting that spine mobilising. Rolling down just as far as you can. If you've got any back issues, place the hands on the middle of your thighs for a bit of support. And then take a nice breath in. Exhale as you restack. So bringing that pelvis back up on top of your thighs. And then when the pelvis has come up, restack the spine one vertebra at a time. Melting the shoulders down. Little backward roll, lift the head. And last one, so core muscles are in, breath in, exhale, chin towards the chest. You're not pressing your chin onto the chest, everything is relaxed. The head, the neck, the arms, the shoulders are like a raggy doll. All the tension is in the abdominals. The knees are gently soft. Imagine you're rolling over a brick wall and your knees are against that brick wall. That will keep the weight nice and even through the feet. So we're now going to take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to walk ourselves out along the mat until you're on your hands and knees. So making sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders, the knees are underneath your hips. The head is in line with the spine, you're in neutral pelvis. So don't push up through the shoulder blades, don't drop down. So you've got to get that happy medium. So core muscles are in, take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to take the back of the hand, you're going to slide it along the floor. You can bend the elbow, so you go a little bit further, then slide the arm in, lift the arm up, with a stretch across the shoulder. And again, so core muscles are in, sliding through. We're going to do 4 on each side. If you've got dodgy wrists or painful wrists, you might want to alternate, in which case you can do 8 alternate. Bring the arm up. Got 2 more to go. So if you're quite flexible, you can go so far, you can bend the elbow till you've almost got the shoulder on the floor. Try not to bring the heels down towards the buttocks. Keep the weight even between the knees and the hand that's supporting you. We've got 1 more on this side, so core muscles are in. Be aware what's happening with those abdominals. Reaching through. Floating the arm up. You can follow the hand with your eyes. Floating the arm down, changing over. So bringing the arm through. Feeling a stretch across the back of the shoulders. Core muscles are in, floating the arm up. Feeling a stretch in the front of that shoulder. This is number 2. Reaching through. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. So you might find that one arm goes a little bit further than the other because one shoulder is tighter than the other. And when you've done your last one, you can just sit back into our child's pose. can take a couple of breaths. Just circle the wrists round. So we're going to come back up onto our hands and our knees. So we're going to do a plank. We're going to do the leg prone. We're going into a plank. So core muscles are in. So the first level, so you don't put too much tension and pressure on the shoulders. Extend your right leg along the floor. Nice long leg. Tuck the toes underneath you. Head in line with the spine. Take a breath in. As you exhale, just release the knee away from the mat. So you're not actually lifting the knee. You're just releasing a little bit of weight out of it. So putting a bit of pressure on that right leg. Release, slide back in. Left leg, extend. Tuck the toes underneath you. Take a breath in. As you exhale, just release the weight away. So you put in a bit of pressure into the shoulders, into the hands, but not too much. So the next level, you're going to extend your right leg. Take a breath in as you extend and exhale as you extend the left leg. Bring the right leg in, bring the left leg in. We're now going to reverse it. So we're going to extend the left leg. Nice long leg. Core muscles are in. Take a breath in. As you exhale, extend your right leg. Making sure your shoulders are in line with your hands. Coming back, left leg, right leg. So the next level, core muscles are in. Extend the right leg. Extend the left leg. We're going to touch the right shoulder with the right hand. We're going to touch the left shoulder with the left hand. Bring the right leg in. Bring the left leg in. Reversing it. So still keeping that head in line with the spine, core muscles are in. Take a breath in, exhale as you extend. Make another breath in, exhale as you extend the right leg. Bring the left hand to the left shoulder. Bring the right hand to the right shoulder. Bring the left leg in, bring the right leg in. So it's really working into the strength of the shoulders and the chest. Just sit back into your child's pose. Just circle the wrists round or gently press them in the opposite direction. So we're now going to come onto our side. So we're going to do some arm circles. So with the arm circles, if you want a cushion, you can place your head on a cushion. The arms are going to be out in front, chest height. You can place your hands one on top of the other, so don't have the arms too high, just chest height. Core muscles are in, knees are stacked, feet are stacked, the knees are bent. You're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to reach slightly forwards with the top hand and then circle all the way round. Keep the knees and the pelvis where it is. Take the arm to the back. So the first one or two, don't go too far. Just let gravity take its course. Let gravity do the work. So circle all the way around. So really focus on what's happening with the shoulder. Any pain or discomfort, reduce the range of movement. Keep the core muscles in. We're going to do two more. So feel a stretch across the front of the shoulder, into the chest. So make it nice and easy. Don't force anything. And just place this hand on top of the underneath hand, give that shoulder a roll around. So we're now going to work still into the shoulder. So we're going to just bring the underneath hand on the side of the face, the other hand, the fingertips on the temple. Bring the elbows together. So if you've got a cushion, take the cushion away. So your head will just be suspended, but it's in your hand. So you're just holding your head in your hand. Core muscles are in. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to open the elbow. Keep opening the body will roll. The pelvis stays where it is. You can bring your head onto the floor as you open. Keep the other elbow on the floor. Don't let the pelvis roll. You're focusing on opening the chest, opening the shoulder. Breathing in as you're coming back. So we can add to this. Core muscles are in. So exhale as you open. Place the head on the floor. You can extend the top leg. Coming back. We're going to do 2 more. So you don't have to use the leg if you don't want to. But let the elbow just float open. You're not trying to get the shoulders on the floor or the elbow on the floor. You're just going as far as you can. So last one. So my shoulders don't hit the floor. My pelvis doesn't move. I keep that pelvis nicely stacked. So when you've done your last one, you can give the shoulder a roll around, drop the top leg over, give that hip a nice well-deserved pat. So let's go on to the other side. So we're going to go into the arm circles. So the arms are stacked chest height, knees are stacked, feet are stacked. Core muscles are in. Take a breath in. As you exhale, slightly reach forwards with the top hand and then circle all the way around. Taking the arm around to the back. Don't go too far to begin with. Just feel a bit of a stretch. Each time you can go a little bit further. You can actually do this with weights if you want to. Core muscles are in. The pelvis stays where it is. Each time you can maybe go a little bit further. So working into this shoulder, nice arm circles. And we're going to do 2 more. You can follow the hand with your eyes. Nice and flowing, but controlled. Make sure the elbow doesn't bend. Keep the elbow just gently soft, so it will come right away from the floor as you start to come round to the back. And then just give the shoulder a roll around. We're now going to bring the hand, the underneath hand on the face. You can get rid of your cushion. The fingertips on the temples. Bring the elbows together. Core muscles are in. Take a breath in. Make sure everything is stacked. And as you exhale, you're going to open the top elbow. Opening it up and over. The head can come onto the floor as you open right up. The other arm is on the floor. Take a breath in as you come back. So opening that elbow, bringing the head onto the floor, you can extend the leg. Keep the pelvis where it is, don't let that pelvis roll. You can have a little bit of movement, slight movement, but not too much. You don't want to be rolling the pelvis so it's coming like this. You want to try to keep that pelvis where it is. So you really open that chest, work into the front of that shoulder. Right, let's do 1 more. Core muscles are in, using the breath. And then you can drop that top leg over the underneath leg. Give it a rub and a pat. Give the shoulder a roll around. Okay, so we're now going to come on to our backs and we're going to do some oblique curls. So although it's not working into the shoulders, it is working into the obliques. Everything connects. So we're going to bring our fingertips to the sides of the head. We're going to float our right leg to tabletop. We're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, we're going to lift the upper body and bring the right shoulder across towards the left knee. At the same time, the right leg is going to dip down. Float the leg back up, bring the body back to the centre. You can lower all the way back down if you need to, otherwise you can keep lifted. If you want to go to the next level, you can float both legs to tabletop. So make sure the back of the pelvis stays on the floor and the pelvis doesn't roll from side to side. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you can do a little head nod. Lift the upper body. As you bring the right shoulder towards the left knee, you're going to dip the right leg down. So it's the same arm, same shoulder and leg that's moving. We're going to do it 4 more times, 6 times on each. So exhale as you lift up and lower. Inhale as you bring the leg back, bring the body back. So last one. Lower the upper body to the other side. So core muscles are in. Take a breath in. As you exhale, dip your left leg down. Bring the left shoulder towards the right knee. So if you want to place the other leg down, you can. If you want to place your right leg on the floor, you can. That's the lower level. So always listen to your body. So make sure you're not pulling with the elbow. You want to work on the shoulder coming to the knee, not the elbow. The pelvis is nice and still and stable, so you're working into those sides of the body, into the obliques. I think we've got one more. So exhale as you lift up and lower the leg. Inhale as you come back. Let's lower the upper body, lower the legs one at a time, and have a nice full body stretch. Okay, so if you've got a core board, we're going to lay on the core board, so still working into the shoulders. So if you want to use weights with this one, you can use weights. So lowering all the way down onto your core board. Make sure the back of the head is on the core board and it's not just hanging over the top of the core board. You've got to support your head. Feet are hip width apart. So we're going to take the right arm up above the head. The left arm stays where it is. So core muscles are in. So if you can't take the arm to the floor, it doesn't matter if you're on the core board. If you haven't got a core board, it doesn't matter. But if you're on the core board, don't expect to bring the arm all the way down. And then take a breath in. As you exhale, float the right arm up and over, the left arm back over the head. And you're just going to keep changing. But make sure the ribs stay where they are. The core muscles are in, protecting the back and keeping that nice neutral pelvis, so we've got that neutral spine. So you should have a slight curve in your spine where your waistline is, a natural curve, not an arch. Nothing should be moving. The only thing that's moving is your arms in the arm sockets and the core muscles are in. Keep using the breath. Let's do one more on each side. So my right arm is coming up, lowering back down. My left arm is now coming up and over. And then lowering, just bring the left arm down by your side to keep the right arm where it is. So we're now going to float the arms up towards the ceiling. Wrap your shoulder blades around your core board. Take a breath in. Core muscles are gently in. Also, don't forget the pelvic floor. Let's just gently pull that up. Make sure you go right from the back to the front. But as you do, don't start pushing the spine into the floor. Don't let that pelvis roll. Open the arms out to the side. Exhale as you do. Then take a breath in. As you exhale, float the arms back up. And again, so just opening them up, nice and flowing, nice and easy. So you should be able to get the backs of the hands on the floor. If you haven't, if you're really tight in the front of the shoulders and in the chest, you might not be able to, but don't force anything. You might find that the more you do, the easier it will get. And obviously the more times you do it every day, you will find it will really improve. Okay, let's bring the arms back and lower them down. So we're now going to do some leg extensions. So take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to extend your right leg along the floor. Your arms are going to come up above your head. So once again, keep the ribs closed down. Imagine your ribs are connected to your hips with a piece of string. Slide the leg back in, bring the arms back over. Core muscles in, breath in, exhale as you extend your left leg along the floor, the arms come up and over the head, ribs are down. Slide the leg back in, float the arms back over. Right leg, float the arms over. So you've got to balance on the core board, so you're working into those abdominals, you're working into your balance, you're working into these shoulders as you're taking the arms overhead. Left leg, extend. So just keep the movement flowing. I'm going to do one more on each side. So any pain or discomfort, just reduce the range of movement. If you find that you are struggling with using the legs and the arms, just keep the legs where they are. Just keep them bent with the feet on the floor and just take the arms up and over. So when you've done your last one, give the shoulders a roll around and let's come off our core board. Okay, so we're going to take our ball. So this is working into the abdominals, although it is still going to be working into the shoulders. So we're going to take the arms above the head. Feet are hip width apart. Just have the ankles in line with the knees. So you're not pulling the heels towards the buttocks too much. Just a straight line from the knees to the ankles. Core muscles are in. Take a breath in. As you exhale, float the arms up and over. Little head nod. Lift the head, lift the upper body. Place the ball between the knees. So as you do this, try not to reach with your shoulders. We don't want tension in the shoulders. We want tension in the abdominals. It is the abdominals that are making you pull up and place the ball between your knees, not your shoulders. Your arms then float overhead. And again, floating up, breath in, exhale. Lifting up. So lift the head first, don't ever lift the upper body and the head together. Lower the upper body down. So if you want to float the legs to tabletop, you can float your legs to tabletop. So take a breath in, exhale, float your right leg. Make sure the pelvis stays on the floor and the abdominals don't push forwards. Exhale as you float the left leg. Float the arms back over. Bring the ball between the knees. Float the arms back. If you want to, you can dip the legs down, but make sure the back doesn't arch. Your pelvis may move a little bit. We don't want it solid, but your back shouldn't be arching. So doing the same, just taking the ball overhead and then placing it between your knees, and then in the meantime, you're just dipping your legs down. So if you can't dip them all the way down, just dip them halfway or just an inch. Focus on what's happening with the spine. And let's have just one more. So make sure you exhale as you lower the legs and lift the upper body. And taking hold of the ball. Lower the right leg, lower the left leg. Place the ball away, give the shoulders a roll around. Let's have a nice full body stretch. Okay, so we're just going to have a stretch through the body. So first we're going to do some leg rolls. So let's have our feet mat width apart, nice and wide, arms out to the side. Just take the legs over to the right side, the head over to the left. Just let the legs relax down. Don't force the underneath leg down. As soon as you start forcing it down, the back starts arching, the pelvis starts pushing forwards. So just go from side to side, nice and easy. So this is just working into the hips a little bit, just mobilising the pelvis, working into the hips. Keep the shoulders on the floor. And just a few times from one side to the other. Nice, keep the movement flowing, nice and easy. And then the next one you do to your left, make that your last one. And then let's go into a star shape. So lengthen the legs down so they're wide, the arms are above your head, they're wide. You're going to take a breath in, squeezing in the abdominals just to 30%, so you're not squeezing in too tight. Bring the right arm across and place it on top of the left hand. So your body is going to have to move. The hips will come away from the floor, the buttocks will come away, the shoulder, the back, but your heels are trying to stay where they are. So you should feel a stretch. If you've got tight shoulders, you'll probably feel a stretch through the shoulders, through the underarm. Take a breath in. Exhale, just relax into that stretch. And then bring the arm back over. Bring the left arm over, placing it on top of the right hand, keeping the legs where they are. You might just have to shift them a little bit. Just make sure you're comfortable. Take a breath in. Exhale, relax into that stretch. Feel the stretch going right the way through the body, through the hips, through the shoulder, through the side. Bringing the arm back. So then bringing your feet together. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your nose to your knees. Just have a little small roll around. Massage that spine. Massage your back. And then release the legs down. So we're just going to have a few stretches. Let's hug the right knee into the chest. Extend the left leg along the floor. And then taking hold of your band. I'm going to place it around the sole of your foot. Having a slight bent knee, flex the foot, bringing that leg towards you. Keep the pelvis on the floor. Gently pull that leg towards you till you get a stretch in the back of the leg, and then extend the leg. So you've got a straight knee. If you need to bring the leg down so that the knee is straight. If it's not locked out, don't push that knee back. But flex the foot. Feel that toes coming towards your nose. And then gently point and flex again and gently point. And just circle the ankle a couple of times one way, a couple of times the other way. Relaxing that knee, bringing the other leg into the band. Take that first leg out. Slight bent knee, flexing that foot, pelvis on the floor, bringing that leg towards you. Extending that leg till you've got a nice straight knee. Point and flex the foot a couple of times. Really flex the foot so you get a stretch down the back of the leg. Circle the foot one way, just using the ankle. It's not the leg, it's just the ankle. And then the other way. And release. Release that band, hug that knee into your chest. Lengthen the right leg along the floor. So just get a hip flexor stretch. and then release. So we're just going to coming into our child's pose. I'm going to sit back. We're going to reach forwards with the hands. Press the fingertips into the floor. And then walk a few more fingertips forwards so that you really get a good stretch through the shoulders. We've used them quite a bit in this class. Just take a couple of breaths. And then bringing the arms down by your sides. Just feel the shoulders wrapping round the knees. You can let the head relax down. Taking a few breaths so you get a good stretch across the shoulders, across the shoulder blades, the top of the shoulders, into the back of the shoulders. And then we just have a little relaxation. So just let the body melt, let the body soften, let the arms naturally roll out, let the legs naturally roll out to the side. Make sure the fingers are unclenched. Just take some normal breaths. And just feel the body soften and melt. The body just sinking into the floor. The arms are relaxed, the shoulders, the neck, the eyes are gently closed, the face is relaxed. The abdominals, the chest, the buttocks. The thighs are relaxed, the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet, the toes. Just feeling the whole body soften, relax, with the tension just drift away. And take a nice big breath in through the nose, a nice long exhalation. And give your fingers and toes a little wiggle, open your eyes. Bending the knees, bringing the feet to the floor. Then slowly come to a seated position. And take a nice breath in, float the arms all the way up. Nice big circle, opening them back out, just coming up and over. The other side, up and over. Just get a bit of a stretch through those arms. And again, breath in. Open the arms, shoulders down, shoulder blades down, melting, no tension in those shoulders. And then slowly come to a standing position, bringing your head up last. So, clasping the hands, reaching up, really stretch through those arms, stretch through those shoulders. And part the hands, reaching up with the right hand, reaching up with the left hand or the left arm. Take a breath in, exhale, circle all the way around, big circle up. And roll the shoulders, give them a good roll, give the arms a good shake. The legs a shake, feet a shake, body a shake. And thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you find it is very beneficial for you. I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.